LMBAO?
Yep.
Okay. So it's like
LAMBO.
Yeah, I say like LMBAO, like Jello.
LMBAO.
Okay.
Yeah, LMBAO.
Okay. Okay, so I'll just go and then he goes?
Sure.
Dynamite! Dynamite! Let me catch my breath, Black Dynamite!
Shut up, sucker. I need some answers.
First question, I'm sure you've answered a million times, but how did Black Dynamite come to be? The concept, character, all that jazz.
Go
Yeah.
I'll do it.
You want 1, 2, odds or evens?
Evens.
Okay.
So, Black Dynamite came to be. We worked together 10 years ago on a movie called Thick as Thieves. So we had a relationship, and I approached Mike about another movie, and I was like, "So what are you up to?" And he had worked everything out already. Like he had this suit, the nunchucks, the gun, the afro, the mustache. It was basically this exact same photograph, and he showed me. He goes, "This is what I want to work on."
Now I'm going to ask you one more time. Where's Nipsey?
Here I am, sucker!
We shot a trailer for $500 where we just had him running around as this character, shooting people on the end of, people from 40 years ago from blaxploitation movies. Just cut it all together, cut up some Adolf Caesar like narration because he used to do the narration for all the blaxploitation movies, and we gave.
It's that voice.
He's the baddest brother who ever hit the big screen. And so we got it finished. We gave it to our producer friend John Steingart, and who worked with us on our movie Thick as Thieves 10 years ago. And he's like, "Why are you just sending me this old blaxploitation trailer?" And I was like, "That's Mike." And he's like, "I can raise the money based on this alone." And that's what he did. And so that's how we started. It just sort of starts with a photograph and an idea, turns into a trailer, and then it turned into a movie.
Dynamite! Dynamite!
I'm going to fight. The only way I know how. Ever since I was a boy, all I knew was how to fight.
What genre do you feel the movie fits into best? I mean, obviously it's hilarious, but there was just some pretty solid action in the movie. So how would you classify it if you had to classify it?
Action comedy.
Action comedy?
Oh yeah. Pretty much. I don't know if it fits anything else.
Say like satire, homage. It was great because the whole thing the tone of it comes from this photograph in lots of ways. It's like, he's so badass, but the nunchucks make it just a little too badass, so that's why it's funny. And so that's all we wanted to do. It's like in the movie Spinal Tap where they say, we just turned the knobs to 11.
Right.
It's like a blaxploitation movie, but all the knobs are just turned a little too far,
Black Dynamite, starring all-star running back Ferrante Jones, fashion model Tambula Takar, William T. Michelson, Ronnie Sinatra, Little Tiny Tibbs, Junebug, Bo Willie Peters, and me.
Dynamite! Dynamite!
Since we're a black comedy blog, we took special note of how many comedians were in the movie. It's Arsenio Hall, Tommy Davidson, it's all Chris Spencer, just a ton of guys. And
Daryl Heath.
Yeah. How did that come to be? Was that a conscious decision, or did that just happen through casting, or a little bit of both, or relationships?
Relationships. That last one. It was relationships. There's people in my cell phone mostly.
Okay.
These are good friends of mine, and I'm very aware of their abilities. And so it was a great thing. People came out. We all had fun.
Black Dynamite and his crew gonna do what they have to do. I'm cleaning up the street. The Mark got all the riches. The Dynamite got kung fu bitches. Cleaning up the street.
And we've heard some rumors about a cartoon possibly on Adult Swim. Is there any truth to?
Yeah, there is truth to it.
Mm-hmm.
It's true.
And it's gonna our producer is gonna be Carl Jones from the Boondocks, who's also on YouTube as Tube Steak. I don't know if you've seen the Tube Steak videos.
Posting all his tube.
And he comes back to the screen as we have some virals on YouTube where he plays Ebony Explosion with Black Firecracker TNT. So those guys are hilarious.
Yeah, definitely. And we were watching the movie last night, and I think about halfway through, I think we were kind of like, this would be an awesome video game. Have you guys given any thoughts of maybe doing, I know the cartoons coming, maybe franchising this and other opportunities a little bit?
Absolutely. There's some talks that haven't developed all the way yet, but
really
not as much as the cartoon. But yeah, that's kind of in the works. So.
For our readers and people who check out the site, are there any blaxploitation films that you would recommend they see before or after, or just ones that you guys happen to love or were big inspirations for the film?
Just name one.
Well, yeah, we can go back and forth.
We'll get back and forth, exactly. Yeah.
We'll play a blaxploitation game of tennis. Okay, The Mac.
Avenging Disco Godfather.
Willie Dynamite.
Truck Turner.
Yeah.
Oh, of course. Three the Hard Way.
Soul Sisters Revenge.
I don't even think I saw that. Soul Sisters Revenge.
Remember the one? I gotta show you clips of this one. It's like, that one I like about Soul Sisters Revenge is that it has the same rhythm as the Dolomite movies, where like they take that those big hunks of air, like in between what people are saying, like he goes, "You ain't nothing but a booger bear," and then she looks at him and then hits him. Now who are you calling a booger bear? Like where that acting style comes from, I don't know.
And of course, Black Belt Jones.
Oh yeah.
And talk about an acting style. His delivery is just, Jim Kelly's delivery is always kind of interesting,
right,
you know?
Right.
Yeah. I'm gonna make you sweat one way and then the other. Oh my God, it does that.
Oh yeah.
Where is Bucky and what has he had? I want you to call the ambulance and tell the doctor what Bucky has had. Like
I like the part. I don't know what we like. Okay, so like we just love Avenging Disco Godfather just on the delivery. It's like just like when he's punching the who sent you? Who sent you? Talk, and he's like punching the dude's like face is blood. Who sent you?
Of course, we can go crazy off of blaxploitation.
Right. Is the white guy with the phone? That's in Avenging Disco Godfather too.
Yeah. That's one of the funniest clips ever. Look at Disco Godfather, and you will laugh your black ass off.
Dynamite. And finally, just one last question. It was a reader question. It's a little bit off the wall, but someone really wanted to know in the Busta Rhymes video.
Oh wow! Okay. Curve.
Complete joke question, but how did you feel when you realized Busta Rhymes had indeed messed with your wife while you were away from the house?
Wow.